Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Sulk stream. I hope you guys have had a wonderful, very effective day. I hope you went out there and achieved your dreams. Or at least attempted to. Or at least dreamed a little dream. For me, Sulk, John, whatever you want to call me. Doesn't matter. I hope you guys are happy and well and doing fine, and I hope you guys aren't paying those disgusting streaming prices, because we're about to set the high seas, set sail for some digital piracy, for some good old-fashioned stealing stuff. I hope you guys are prepared for some piracy, for some crime, for some swashbuckling adventure. Of course, you are going to pirate things that you don't want to afford. It's not that you can't afford them, it's just you don't want to pay these ridiculous prices, right? They're like, games are like $100 now. It's ridiculous. So, yeah. Grab yourself a nice mug of grog. You know, get comfy, get cozy in your little hammock on the boat that you do the piracy on. I had to burp. If you're working, keep working. And if you are driving, please continue to drive safely. Get home, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you want to support me in any way, I would very much appreciate it. Go to my Ko-Fi at ko-fi.com/sulkstream. Hit the Rumble donos, or you can, if you're on X, you can always tap the little button at the top of my profile. I'd really appreciate it. Anyway, I'm the Incredible Sulk. This is the Sulk stream. This is called Piracy Has Won the War. Enjoy.
According to the anti-piracy firm Muso, global piracy has increased over 65% in the last 5 years, with TV and video now accounting for the largest share of pirated traffic. But when the average person is spending 45% more on streaming services than just last year,
yeah. Dude, we all went on LimeWire. We all went, dude, I'm old enough for Napster. Napster! I mean, that was pretty early on, but, like, I remember LimeWire and shit. And, you know, yeah. It's not something I do anymore. It's not something I've done for a long time. First of all, I don't want to blow up my computer. I don't want any weird things getting onto my computer, and I can also afford things now.
Often while still being forced to watch ads. It raises a question. If
yeah.
buying is not owning, then why is piracy stealing? While piracy is routinely villainized as a direct economic
Free said, don't beat up my robot.
threat to creators and the entertainment industry, as if it's the real culprit behind the lack of funding, loss of jobs, and declining innovation, the reality is that piracy does not surge in healthy markets. It sets sail when greed and corruption.
Free said says, I remember my dad getting on Napster and downloading Metallica albums. Ooh, what was that guy's name? What was the drummer's name that got all angry about that? The Metallica drummer. I don't know. He had a big old fit. He's like, they're stealing our music. No. No. Shut up. Shut up. Just shut up. And what are you going to do? Nothing. You're going to cry? You're going to cry? Oh, no. I'm making millions of dollars hitting a drum. Oh, no. Nobody feels bad for you, dude. Lars Ulrich. That's his name. I'm not paying.
The culture itself can only
you pay or pirate my streams, which are free anyway, by the way. My streams are free anyway, except for the premium and then the locals only things, which you do have to pay for. But if you want to pirate those, I guess that's fine. I guess. I mean, I don't know where you're going to find them. That's going to be kind of tough. But, okay, go ahead and do it. Or you could just pay me, which I would really prefer. If you guys would just pay me. I'm not hitting a drum. I'm actually trying to do something. I can hit a drum. It's not going to be good.
Exist for those who can afford it. During the late 1990s,
Lars is a shit drummer. I believe you. I don't know enough about drummers to make that call, but I'm going to go ahead and believe you.
Just 6 major record labels controlled over 75%.
You would pirate my stuff to spite me? Go ahead. It's not going to, I mean, like, you can pay me. You have the option to pay me. But if you don't pay me, I'm not going to be surprised. Never was surprised before. I did this for free for a long time. And not even just on the internet. I did this in front of people, in front of like crowds of people. I didn't get paid doing that. Right? Right, honey? That was a long time. Steal my stuff. I don't care. Steal my stuff. Really, you're only taking pennies out of my pocket. It's really not a lot.
In the entire music industry, granting them power to inflate CD prices, dictate which artists.
My streams are free except for when I charge money, which is, again, not that often because I have to do a certain amount of premium hours for Rumble and locals. But, like, it's not that often. It's seldom.
Received exposure and severely suppressed artist earnings.
I'll cut you, Renee's. I'll cut you like a box if you steal my one wheel. That thing is the only thing that brings me joy in my life. And children and family and blah, blah, blah. But my one wheel is the only thing that I really, truly enjoy.
In an extensive industry.
Besides my children and my family.
Investigation, the Federal Trade Commission estimated.
I said the children bring me happiness. Yeah, and my wife. Fuck the cat.
That consumers were overcharged roughly $480 million as these labels pressured retail chains into marketing agreements that prohibited advertising discounts below fixed prices. And while the labels...
Wait, I'm sorry. Whose content did you watch for your Tight 5? Did you just hold your phone up or something? Wait, what? What are you talking about?
Were eventually fined $143 million in 2002. They still walked away having profited by...
You can't sit in my lap. Please, go sit over there. You have a spot right there. Thank you.
More than $337 million through coordinated price gouging. However, in 1999, Sean Fanning and Sean Parker launched Napster, a peer-to-peer...
It's the two Seans, and they're spelled differently. They're both redheaded, though.
File-sharing platform that allowed users to freely exchange digital music at virtually zero cost. Within a year, the music industry recorded a 9.1% decline in U.S. sales, and by the end of 2001, Napster had surpassed 80 million registered users, making it the fastest growing internet application of its time. And while media conglomerates initially brushed aside both Napster and the broader digital shift,
No, I don't want the cat. I don't want the cat because she's like shedding a lot, and then it's just getting hair everywhere. And she's like, she's good over there. No, the cat stays over there. Or you could pay me, and then she can come on the stream. Otherwise, I'm doing this for free. This is a free show. And you guys, it's not like you have anywhere better to be. So let's just go ahead and cut the shit. Okay?
Clearly impacted the bottom line. Record labels responded not by reforming pricing models, access, or compensation structures, but by unleashing waves of lawsuits.
It's not that I'm like allergic to cats or anything like that. It's just when she sits in my lap and she sheds, right? And then when in this chair, it just kind of all wafts up, and then it makes my nose itch. If I'm in like on my couch or something, it doesn't matter, right? She sits on my lap all day long. But like In this chair specifically, she can't do it. She really likes it. She usually sits on the computer tower, which is right here, or she's got a little stool over here. But she's always within like 6 feet of me. It's just kind of her thing.
Labeling Napster a giant online pirate bazaar, facilitating rampant theft and infringement. Despite the fact that these were the same firms that had just walked away with hundreds of millions of dollars in profits from illegal CD price fixing. And while high-profile artists such as...
I love the... Look, it's not that I'm depriving the cat of love, okay? The cat gets plenty of love. Bings! 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 Right here. You love me, right? She don't care. She's like 15 years old, dude.
Metallica, Dr. Dre, and Eminem publicly framed Napster as theft.
God, look at Eminem. Oh my God, dude. What was this, the 90s? Is this the late 90s, the early 2000s? Damn, dude. That's embarrassing. Being Eminem.
That undermined artistic control. Many smaller and independent artists express it as an escape from...
I didn't hurt her feelings. The cat's fine. Here, come on. Bings, come in. Come on. Shut up. Look. She's fine. Look at the camera. Does she seem upset? Is she purring? She purring. Purr for the... Purr for him. Purr. Purr. Yeah, go catty. She gets in fights out there. She gets in fights. I'll let you sit there for a minute, okay? You can sit there for a bit. Not long, though. Not long.
From industry gatekeeping. Throughout the late 80s and 90s, major record labels...
See, her hair gets in my mouth. It's like...
routed between $60 and $80 million a year in cash.
She's not sad, dude. She's just old. She's just old. I've just had her for a really long time, and she's just old.
Incentives to radio program directors to secure playlist placement, inflating the popularity of label-backed releases while suppressing independent competition. Groups such as Dispatch later credited Napster for the organic exposure that helped them build dedicated fan bases and long-term careers without any forms of major label backing. But in the end, Napster paid roughly...
All right, this is specifically for the cat. $5 specifically for the cat. Okay, I'll buy her treats. I'll buy her those temptation treats. She loves those. She's always loved those. She thanks you.
$36 million in settlements, while the industry-wide pay-to-play scheme that absorbed hundreds of millions annually resulted in fines totaling just $27 million. And while Napster was ultimately dismantled, alongside anti-piracy campaigns that dominated the...
Okay, Gator is his formal name. And I don't know. I haven't seen Gator. I mean, I saw him last night, and I'm sure he's around. But he roams our property a lot now. He loves it here, man. He's having a good time. He's killing stuff, and just Bings right here hates him, dude. Hates him, and he's like so friendly to her, and she's just like growls at him and like swats at him and stuff, and like she hates him, dude. I think she's like really territorial over me, right? And so it's like, you know, when another woman comes around and then like the older one starts like swapping, you know, pissing on stuff and like swatting at the new one and shit. That's just how it is.
Early internet, including the one...
She my old bitch. She my old bitch. She my old bitch. Isn't that right, Bings? Isn't that right, Bings?
Etched into the memory of nearly...
turn into a Merce show. This is turning into my Nightwave.
Every millennial and Gen Z viewer. Ironically set in a copyrighted font, the rise of platforms like Apple iTunes and early digital subscription models demonstrated that when media was accessible...
I'm not going to do a tour of my house. Jess! Honey! Jess! I'm not going to do it. If Jess wants to do it, fine. I'm not going to do it.
High quality and reasonably priced, customers were more than willing to pay. It was not long ago that you could access nearly every show you cared about on Netflix.
Renee's wants you to do a tour of the house.
No. That's retarded.
I told you I wouldn't do it.
That's dumb.
I know, and I was like, I'm not going to do it. Maybe Jess will do it. And she even pinned her own comment. She's taking advantage of her moderator powers and pinning her own comment. Why aren't you in bed? You need to be in bed.
We're getting Gator, and then we're going to bed.
Where's Gator?
He's outside.
Okay.
We're calling him in.
Go.
Come on.
Go.
Come on, bed.
Okay. All right. Good night. Love you. Good night. Thank you.
Ad-free for around $8 a month. But alas, consolidation and greed have once again narrowed the seas, summoning the Black Pearl back into open waters. Now, the irony surrounding modern...
You want to see where I poop? This is not an OnlyFans, all right? I'm not going to... Unless the money's right. If the money's right, I'll show you exactly where I poop.
Piracy is that these companies only
I'm
seem
just
concerned
saying.
when individuals access their...
I'm not a cheap whore, but I am a whore. I'll whore. I'll be a whore, okay? If you want, like, if the money is right, and then, you know, first of all, I'm going to pretend like I'm not into it, okay? Just so I can retain my dignity. But if, you know, you start tacking on zeros, the eyebrow will raise, right? I'll be like, no! It'll be like that. I got shame, but, like, not tons of it to spare. Okay, I'm sure you guys already know this. So if you guys want to get together, chip in a few bucks.
For content without permission, while generating billions of dollars through the extraction and sale of your personal information. Nearly every major streaming service
Jess does not want to do that. She doesn't want to do that.
operates under the same privacy framework. They collect watch history, device identifiers, IP addresses, inferred interests, and demographic data to then package that information.
Okay, fine. If you won't do the tour, just give your exact address so we can pull it up on Zillow. Nothing else. I promise the robot is safe. Gotcha.
Into behavioral profiles.
Why don't you just dox yourself already? Can you just dox yourself? Can you just, like, you know, tell us your schedule and stuff like that when you leave the house, and, like, you know, what a list of your fears are, and, like, when you go to sleep, and, you know, maybe some allergies or something like that. What you know. I want your schedule and a list of weaknesses, please. That's it. That's all I want. That's all I'm looking for, okay? I'm not going to do anything nefarious with it. I'm just a curious fan. Of course.
Monetized through targeted advertising.
I know what you're thinking. I wouldn't call myself a fan. Fuck off.
And while individuals can face severe financial penalties and prison
you.
sentences for pirating content, Disney, a platform marketed as family-friendly and heavily orientated towards children, recently reached a settlement with the Federal Trade Commission over the unlawful collection of children's personal data, resulting in a $10 million
Yikes. Yikes, dude. Okay, so, like, people don't like it when you collect things about their kids. You know, oh, it's just data. Yeah. I mean, photographs are data. Locations are data. Likes and interests are data. When you're collecting that about people's kids, people are going to get upset about that. I think that's just that's like, of course they are. Of course they are. But Disney feels like it can do it because it's Disney. That's not cool. That's not cool, Disney. I wonder how Disney responded to this. Because, you know, they want that sweet, tasty data. You know, it's not like they're going to be like, well, we're not collecting data on your kids ever again. No, because you definitely are. Because even if you collect it directly from the parents, that's still the kid's data, right? If a parent buys a kid a certain movie or watches a certain movie on the streaming or takes them to it's still the kid's data, right? Still based around the kid. I wonder how Disney finagled this one. So you can't have my social security number either. No, that one I'm attached to.
million fine that amounts to roughly 2 hours of operating income based on Disney's 2025 revenue. However, the larger and more pervasive issue is where this data collection...
Can I start selling my own data? If my data is worth so much to these companies, can they at least pay me for it? Is that possible where, like, okay, fine, you want my data. I understand this is worth worthwhile to you, this is money to you, I'll sell it to you directly. I'm sure it's not very expensive on a person by person thing, but if we don't strike a deal where I'm getting monetarily compensated, then I'm not going to sell it to you. I think we should do that. If we all just agree, okay, I'll give you my data for $50 a month. And then you go ahead. Take as much as you want. But otherwise, no. I don't think they'd be game for that. I don't think they'd be game for that at all.
Is actually taking place. Most modern smart TVs and
Dan's not that's not my social security number. Are you just pulling social security numbers up? That's not mine. I don't know whose that is, but we should try to figure out whose security number that is.
streaming devices rely on a system known as automatic content.
No, you can't have my mom's maiden name. Can't have any of that. Can't have my date of birth. You can't have you can't have all this about me. All right? You can't have like my DNA and my dental records and stuff like that. My fingerprints. You can't have my medical records. I don't know what you're going to do with them. And it's probably not good. It's probably not good. Are you going to frame me for murder? Right? Because I'm sure if you had enough things, you could probably do that. You could probably pull that off. You know, there's a bite mark on this hooker's body. Let's line up. Oh, look, that's John's right there. Doesn't matter if he was in the state or not. Those are his dentals. That's his dental. Look, there's a soda can with a thumbprint on it. It's his thumbprint. It doesn't matter. It's a Coke can. I drink Pepsi. They're not going to give a shit. All right? They're going to throw me in the clink. You know? They're going to throw me away. Is that what you guys want? Do you want me not streaming ever again? Do you want me framed for several murders across, up and down the East Coast in a certain time span that I can't account for? Which is a lot. That's a lot of time. Like, if somebody was like, do you have an alibi from like this year to that year? I'd be like, I don't. I legitimately do not have an alibi. Okay, no one can tell you where I was. I can't like give you some concrete information like I was in this place and I was doing things. No one's there to back me up. Okay, so it'd be fairly easy to frame me for this or that. If you wanted to do that, which I would prefer if you didn't.
Recognition, or ACR, which identifies the audio and video frames that appear on your TV.
I'm not giving you my porn name either. I'm not giving you... Stop it, all right? Stop trying to get my security questions out of me. I know that's what you're trying to do. Oh, it's a porn name. It's security questions. Stop trying to get my security questions out of me. It's not going to work. By the way, those security questions, I don't even know the answer to them. Right? Whenever I go back and try to answer a security question, I'm always like, I have no idea. Even though I filled it out and I did this, but I have no idea. I have no idea what I answered. I should just get my stuff like tattooed on me. Right? My social, it's just like like a QR code. Right? Because I don't know about you guys, but you shouldn't go around like scanning random QR codes. That could be a mistake. Maybe I'll just get a QR code that has my identity in case I ever get a serious head wound or, you know, I get kidnapped by some sort of spy agency and get some weird MK Ultra thing. It'd be a good idea. MK Ultra right there. Boom. Oh, I'm this guy. Oh. I do what? Oh. Because you'd always be disappointed, wouldn't you? Right? If you lost your memory completely. Completely. And then you had a QR code on your fucking forearm and then took a picture of it, told you everything about yourself. There's no way you wouldn't be disappointed. Tell me you wouldn't be disappointed. With a straight fucking face. Tell me you wouldn't be disappointed. If all your stats and all your things came up, bank account, where you live, your address, who your spouse is, your kids are, all that from top to bottom, you wouldn't be even a little bit disappointed. You're not Leonardo DiCaprio. You're not flying around on jets banging supermodels, okay? Don't tell me you wouldn't be a little bit disappointed. Like, a little bit? You're not even a billionaire's son. You don't even get that. You don't even, you're not Michael Jordan's son doing cocaine in a cafe in Paris. That's like, oh, you're like, damn it. Damn it. Right? You're not famous. You're basically nobody. And in your head, if you have amnesia, you're already nobody. And so when you get that thing and you're like, finally, I get my identity. And then you're like, fuck. Oh. What's my credit? 400 credit score. My God, I am unreliable.
Regardless of the source. Unlike app-based tracking, ACR can recognize content from streaming services, cable boxes, and gaming
Operation
consoles.
Artichoke. What's Operation Artichoke?
Allowing platforms to build a comprehensive profile based on the shows you watch, the advertisements you see, the sports teams you root for, and even personal content.
Ben says this is the reformed LGBT 12/7. Right? What if you're like, you get knocked out, right? And then you wake up and you're like, oh my God, who am I? And then you scan your barcode and you're like, I'm gay? What? Who made that decision? Can I get this changed? I don't want to be gay. Ew, because it's gross. That's why. Well, yo, I don't know who that guy is. I ain't gay. Right? You get amnesia and wake up straight.
Content such as photos, messages, and interfaces that may appear during input switching. These samples are then converted into digital fingerprints to build detailed behavioral profiles used for advertising and cross-device targeting. And while many platforms claim users can disable ACR, Roku states in its own privacy policy that doing so does not stop all data collection, as viewing and interaction.
You think somebody's going to be able to, like, pirate somebody's identity one day? I mean, you guys know how technology is getting really good, right? And there's like a lot of it out there. I am a tech wizard. I know how to explain it well. But there's a lot of technology out there. So what if like one day, very soon in the future, they can just kind of steal your life, right? Not to where you wouldn't have it anymore. If you're like a celebrity or something like that, and you have like an awesome mansion and shit. Not that they would steal your life. Just kind of copy it. Right? Just reproduce it in like a virtual simulator. And then now you're Britney Spears. If that's what you want to be. I don't know. I don't know why you would want to be Britney Spears. But let's say you're absolutely insane. And you want to be, and then you're just Britney Spears. And then there's no copyright on your living style, right? Your lifestyle. Would that be wrong? Would people be jealous? Would somebody be mad? Like, you steal someone's life who has an awesome life. He's like a movie star, and he bangs supermodels and stuff like that. And then you just kind of download yourself into that same situation in Minecraft, or a better version of Minecraft, and then you're banging blocky supermodels. Is somebody going to sue you? Somebody going to send you a cease and desist because you're banging I don't know, Taylor Swift, but she's in Minecraft? I don't know why you'd want to bang Taylor Swift. These are all hypotheticals, all right? Be cool with me. I can't think of names right now. The Sweeney chick, right? Who's banging the Sweeney chick? I have no idea. I don't know. But you get what I'm trying to say. Would people have a problem with that? Would somebody have a problem with you banging their wife in a digital form? I might have an issue. I would legitimately have an issue with that. I'd be like, no, you can't do that. You can't like raise my kids the way you see fit. I don't care if it's digital. All right? If it's real enough for you, it's real enough for me to be pissed about it. You can't steal my life like that. But this will be completely possible. I don't see why it wouldn't. Right?
data continues to flow through these other channels.
This may be one of your dumbest theories. Really? Dude. Really? Really? Dude, really? No. I've had way dumber theories than that. I can't think of any right now, but like this takes the cake. This is my dumbest theory. I don't think it is. I have way dumber theories than that. And it's not even a theory. It's a complete hypothetical. That's definitely possible to happen. Would you be mad? Knobs Dog, if I did a complete reconstruction of your life, right? Where it's your house and your wife is there and your kids are there, would you be mad if I just plugged into the Matrix and banged your wife? Would you be mad about that? Would you be mad if I came home and I was all like, "Hi kids, I love you," and stuff like that? And then I was all like, "Oh, your grades are doing great." I'm sure your kids are pretty old, but you know, I'm gonna say I'm Knobs Dog in the late 90s, okay? Because it seems like it was a lot better for you back then. So I'm Knobs Dog in the late 90s, all right? Hey, I'm doing great. There's no way in 20 years I'm gonna be watching some streamer. Ha ha ha! My life is awesome now. Come over here, wife. Honk honk honk. Oh, there'd be plenty of honking.
Including third-party applications running on your device, which effectively demonstrates that
in the late 90s, I was in college. Okay, fine, whatever. I was banging your girlfriend then. I don't know.
By the industry's own definition, if buying does not constitute ownership, and privacy can still be extracted regardless of...
Ben of Cho says, people have been beating meat to centerfolds for decades. Sure, yes, absolutely sure. However, completely different. Completely 100% different. Centerfolds know that's what people are going to be doing. And people who date centerfolds know that's what people are doing to their centerfold girlfriends. All right? There is an accepted knowledge behind this. Okay? But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, like, Knobs Dog's wife. Obviously not a centerfold. Oh my God, that was mean. I'm sorry. I'm sure she can... I'm sure she's at least in the issue. But it doesn't matter, okay? Because she doesn't really have consent for me to be banging her in a digital form. All right? Knobs Dog, are you still with me? Yeah, I was about 10 years old. Life is pretty good, I hate to tell you. Okay. Can you just run with me? Can you fucking run with me on this, guys? Can you just run with me on this? Do you understand how that would be, let's say, uncouth? Rude, to say the least. Hey, I made a complete replica of your life, and I'm like banging your wife, and I'm raising your kids, and I shot your fucking dog. It's all in Minecraft, though, right? Even though it is pixel perfect. Down to the emotions, down to the nipples and everything. Right? How would you feel? How would you feel about that? Not positive. Not positive in the least bit. Not that there would be anything illegal about it, per se. But you wouldn't be very pleased. Now, what would you do in that case? Would you what could you do? What could you do? Christian says his life partner. You gay, Knob?
Consent. And on what basis is piracy being framed as theft?
John, is this a theory or just a fantasy? It is neither. It is a hypothetical, you goddamn retards. It is a hypothetical scenario. I'm trying to paint a picture with you guys, and I want you to answer me. Answer me the question. Answer me the question. Would you be perfectly comfortable saying your wife is not a centerfold? She doesn't spread her punana on camera and stuff like that, so she's not like a sexual object in that regard. But there's just a complete reprint of her in a digital form. I plug in via the Matrix. And I'm plowing. I'm plowing. Huh? Just that shot. You walk in on that, or you see it on the monitor, and I'm just sitting there fucking, there's drool coming out of my mouth and stuff like that. Because you know what I'm thinking. You know what I'm thinking. In my head, I'm honking. Does that make you uncomfortable? It would make me uncomfortable.
Left. The unfortunate reality behind that question is that much of American privacy law is
I'm sorry. I went to that place. I have a very rich inner life.
not designed to protect customers. It exists only where corporations allow it to. Ownership has been replaced by licenses, rights have been replaced by terms of service, and privacy has been replaced by disclosure. And when data extraction is built into the system, and legal protection only exists where it does not threaten profit, individual action becomes the only remaining option.
Your theory is indistinguishable from a basic alternate reality? Yeah. Yes. Uh-huh. Yeah. So, I mean, like, would you be mad, though? Would you? Would you be mad? I'd be mad. I'd be upset. I'd be mad. If some, like, creeper that, like, was, like, a barista at the coffee shop, right? And he had, like, long, greasy hair. And, like, whenever my wife would come in for coffee, he'd be like, oh, my God, she's so beautiful and stuff like that. And they made a complete replica using, like, grok or some shit like that. And then just set up an entire family, completely unknown to us. If I found out about that, I'd be beating some ass. Oh, I'd be beating some ass. I would beat some ass. Absolutely.
And that's why I use Delete Me. Delete Me is
How would you know? You wouldn't know. Typically, you wouldn't know. But you might. You might find out, right? You might find out.
Hands-free subscription service that removes your personal information from hundreds of data brokers and people search sites, reducing the risk of your valuable data getting into the wrong hands. Their mission is joindeleteme.com/Damon Cassidy and use code Damon to get 20% off. Thank you, Delete Me, for sponsoring.
Rhea says, I missed the old me before this tangent. I'm over here changing lives.
In this video. Now, the reality of piracy
That's me. I changed lives for the better.
is that it is illegal, just like price fixing is illegal, just like bribery is illegal, just like mass personal data extraction is illegal. And yet only one of these have ever been framed as a...
But you could look, maybe it would be illegal to download Knobs Dog's life, right? Without his consent, right? He owns it's like an IP, it's an intellectual property. Right? He owns his wife, he owns his kids, he owns his life. He put a lot of work into structuring how he wanted to live and stuff like that. It's like a painting, right? He made his painting. You can't just take that from him and live in his painting. That would be unfair. And he's not getting monetarily compensated at the same time. How would that be fair? You can't just... How would that be fair?
No, failures. Because as we have clearly seen in recent months,
you just took that from him. You just took it from him, right? And it's not like you gained inspiration, right? Like this is Knobs' dog wife, but like it's legally distinct. Like one of her boobs is much smaller than the other, and so it's like legal. It's not copyright anymore, right? So it's just different enough. I think there would be nothing you could do about that. But, like, what if it was perfect? Perfect. And then you just live in Knobs' dog life. Again, I don't know why you would want to do this. I don't know why you would want to do this. Like, yeah, today I'm going to get up and have coffee and go to work, come back, have a great time with my wife and kids. And then at 8 o'clock, I'm going to watch this guy yell at a camera for 2 hours. And then that's my day. You're still watching the Sulk stream. That's part of it. That's part of it. Now you're stealing from me. Just like Knob steals from me. He watches every single night. Doesn't cough up a dime. And he's like, I'm so rich because I save my money. Because you take everything for free, you cheap bastard. I'm going to steal your wife and kids.
The rules simply do not apply to those with armies of lawyers
I'm kidding. You can keep them. But like,
in their corner. This contradiction is most clearly exposed by AI companies being legally permitted to pirate personal and copyrighted
Dan insists Knobs is gay.
content in the pursuit of improved training. Documents reported by Torrent Freak show NVIDIA's data strategy team reached out
Knobs says, John, you owe me money for this segment. The fuck I do. How much did I make? I made $5 off of Rhea. I ain't paying you shit.
about payments for high-speed access to Anna's archives, a well-known shadow library, where they ultimately gained access to more than 500
I'll tell you what. Give me several hundred high-definition pictures of your wife, and I'll cough up a couple of bucks. Don't worry about what I'm doing with it, okay?
terabytes of books. That's the equivalent of roughly 150 to 250 million
Okay,
books.
all
And
right. Freeside gave 5 subscriptions to the incredible. Thank you, dude. I appreciate that. That's like 20. That's like 25 bucks. 25 bucks. Thanks, dude. I appreciate that.
while NVIDIA maintains that this activity qualifies as fair use, Anna's archive itself remains the target of
I'm not being weird. You're being weird, Nom. You're being weird. You're being weird. I'm being hypothetical. Okay?
active lawsuits brought by Spotify and the same major
Not
record
weird.
labels that once prosecuted Napster for piracy. Meta has made a similar argument in court filings, acknowledging that employees torrented more than 82 terabytes of pirated material to train its AI models, while claiming they took precautions not.
Okay, Freeside and Dan pick a number. Feral Pigeon gave a tenner. Thank you so much. I want to continue our philosophical conversation. We don't have to use Knob's dog's wife and kids. All right. So we'll use Dan Snot's wife and kids. Or life. So you go to Dan Snot's life, and then you go home. It's completely empty. There's cobwebs everywhere, and it's dark and dingy, and it's gross. And then you just sit there. And then it's just like, it's kind of smells, but it's like musty, and it's just something you're used to and stuff like that. And it's like, it almost seems like your apartment is like haunted, but it's not, because no one would ever go into there, even to die. And so you're just there alone. And then you're like, I sure hope I would sure love to have Knob's dog's wife here. All right. Okay. I will leave your wife in. Okay. All right. I'm sorry.
Not to seed the files, meaning they avoided sharing the pirated content with other.
Freeside, I don't know anything about you, dude. This is gonna be fun. Do my life next. I don't know. What is your life like, Freeside?
Users. Imagine using that as a defense in court for downloading pirated content.
Dan Stott says that's pretty close. It's pretty close. Right. It's just dingy. You eat your box dinners, right? You're like that in front of the computer. Wow. So my whole life is like this, huh? Wow. Oh my God, dude.
Yourself. And while these cases are still ongoing, history tells us that even if consequences are imposed, the fines will be insignificant compared to the profits generated from the use of that content. Meanwhile, individuals face an entirely different standard. According to court records, Davis Norman III of New Orleans received a 2-year prison sentence for duplicating and selling pirated movies and music using a home DVD and CD burner, selling copies for $10.
Sick. Yeah, he's probably lying them out on the street of like New York or something like that, selling these. You've all seen those. If you go to like a different country, like you go to Southeast Asia or something like that, you can buy hundreds of these, right? And they're all, I mean, they cost nothing, and it's all ripped movies, and then there you go. You just have a bunch of movies and stuff. You can't take them back to the States because it's against the law. But like, yeah, that's probably what he was doing. That's exactly what he was doing, and got 2 years. And the companies do the same thing, right? They steal your information. Just like this is information that the companies own, you own your own information. It doesn't matter if there's like, oh, you have to accept. Okay, if you want to live your life, you have to accept this long, extremely shady contract, right? It's like 9 pages long. It's like 9 pages long. They know you're not going to read it. And even if you could read it, Do you actually understand the terminology that is used in that contract? Do you understand the implications that that contract is laying out? Even for little kids signing up for Fortnite, right? They have a big, long contract, and there's probably some fucked up shit in it, right? South Park did that, right? The Human Sentai Pad. There's probably some fucked up shit in there that's just, you're signing yourself away just because you want to play Fortnite. Now we own your firstborn kid, and we own your data and all that stuff. It is a one-way street with data. It is a one-way street. Our data belongs to them, and their data belongs to them as well. This is completely unfair, right? This is the entire thing behind the life. This is the life analogy I was saying with Knob's dog's wife or Dan Snott's life, which is sad, admittedly. But like, that's what I'm saying. Isn't your life personal to you? Isn't it, even if it's shitty, isn't it your life? Isn't it your painting? Isn't it your data? Taking it? Not in most cases, but a lot of times they're just taking it. Why can't you do the same to them? You have to pay them. You have to pay them, and then you don't even get to own it. You only have you get to use it sometimes, unless they decide you don't get to use it anymore. Fuck that noise.
From his car in a parking lot. Again, pirating is illegal, but only one side is treated as a criminal threat, rather than just the cost of doing business. Speaking of the cost of doing...
Am I good? Am I good? I think I fucked up. I think I fucked up. I think I fucked up. All right. Yeah. Yep. They're after me now. Yep. Freeside pick 33, Dan pick 38. Am I back yet? Am I back yet? Am I back yet? Please, somebody give me something. Please, somebody give me something. No, they are after me, Farrell. See, they don't want you to think they're after you, but they're after you. You don't know. You don't know. What do you know? Okay, I'm back. Okay. Okay. 28. Okay, that's a 2. And the next one was what? 33. And that's a 1. That was crazy. It was 1. Okay, that was crazy. Anyways, here's the thing. You're right. I flew too close to the flat Earth dome. Sometimes I say too much, and then the powers that be, they're all like, we're just going to throttle him a little bit. I mean, he's getting a little bit too close to, he's cooking, and the food is getting a little bit warm, so we're just going to throttle him just a little, just turn it down a little bit. I'm telling you, my takes are fire, okay? My entire point was your data is yours, their data is theirs. But not your data. Your data is also theirs.
Doing business, it is difficult to understand how Netflix can claim its current subscription tiers have earned any form of customer support. In 2018, the standard plan, without ads, with full access to the catalog,
Feral Pigeon for another 10. Freeside, pick a number. Dan, pick a number. I'm heading to bed. You've been going to bed a lot, pretty early lately. You feeling okay? Well, thanks for coming, Farrell.
$7.99
Thanks for donating. Thank you for donating as well. I appreciate that every night.
a month. Today, Netflix basic plan costs the same $7.
Fair. Dan says 33. No, Freeside says 33. Dan says 13. Okay. All right. Freeside is 33. And it's 8. Let's see if we can get a double-digit number this time. And Dan Snot wants 33. $15. Damn. I can't wait till we get the Sulko puck going. Right? The Sulko puck? I don't exactly know how we're going to work it. But, okay, Night Feral, thanks for coming.
$99, but now includes advertisements and blocks access to more than 130 movies and television series. To receive the equivalent experience offered in 2018 now costs $17.99 a month, an increase that exceeds inflation by roughly
they're not going to make me uncomfortable. Dan Snot's never going to make me uncomfortable. No, he does. He really. I've met him in person. He does. He'll make you uncomfortable.
75%. To highlight this complete lack of respect for the customer, Spotify just sent me an email thanking me for being a valued premium customer. We value you so much that we're raising prices effective immediately, and we're updating our pricing to keep delivering the same great experience.
What? Oh, dude, they're always raising their prices. They're constantly
Which at this
raising
point
their
seems to
prices.
mean more AI-generated songs. But maybe they think they can just take advantage of me because the only real innovation they've managed in nearly a decade was letting me know that my listening age is 85. Proving that when companies no longer respect their audience or customer base, entertainment becomes designed for consumption rather than curated.
This has been a problem across the board with society in general. Like, companies used to want to deliver a good product. Companies used to take pride in their dishwashers or their cars or something like that, or their phone service. And they would have competitive pricing because at any time another company could come in and eat their lunch, right? They could take over their customers. They can, really start digging in their profits and stuff. So a lot of companies pride themselves on quality, on customer service, on delivering a good product, right? But that's not the case anymore. Now it's all down to like 5 companies, right? And even if you have the illusion of choice between, maybe I'll get like a Kenmore or maybe I'll get this Frigidaire or something like that. It's really all one company. They're all owned by one company, and that company is the appliance company. And it sells some cheaper appliances and it sells nicer appliances, but it's still the same company. So they're really not going to compete with each other to get your business because they're all working together to screw you, right? They're going to institute things like planned obsolescence. They're going to make sure it breaks down in 5 years instead of 50 years like old refrigerators. It's about extracting as much wealth from you as possible. And it's almost annoying that they have to go through you to get to your bank account, right? That's how they treat you. They treat you like you're an inconvenience. You're an obstacle to get to your money, which should be their money. This is what's going on across all industries right now. Cars especially. I mean, cars are fucking terrible these days. But it's just insulting, right? You just feel like an underclass. You feel like an underclass. You can't buy the nice stuff, right? Which is probably a completely different company that you've never even heard of. That shit annoys me.
Rated for enjoyment. With the real moral failure being punished through piracy is not theft, but the absence of accountability, the expectation that customers must absorb rising costs, declining quality.
Must, absolutely must, because the bottom line is for the shareholders, right? And look, you can buy stocks. Of course you could buy stocks, but are you going to be able to buy enough stocks for it to really matter? Maybe over 30 years of very focused investing where you don't slip up at all ever. You might have enough for a nice nest egg, but most people know. They can barely make it month to month. They don't have extra money to throw in the stock market.
And broken promises without demanding that companies actually earn the dollar they take.
We've built on improving the value proposition for consumers. Whenever we come back and ask for a little more money, it's because we've given them a lot more value. And that's the dynamic I talked to about this price per hour of viewing being a third of some of the other services that are available.
Bullshit. Because Netflix constantly comes to me and says, oh, we're raising our prices like 40% or something like that. Like a ridiculous amount of money, an enormous amount of money, right? And year after year, Netflix just comes out with worse and worse stuff. It's garbage. Don't tell me that, oh, we're adding value, right? This is more value. No, you're making me use the platform less just because it's such garbage. You're putting garbage out. And don't tell me it's not about your bottom line. It's always about your bottom line. But it's like, at least you can make good shows. At least make good shows, right? I understand you have a message you want to put out, right? Some sort of anti-message, white man is bad kind of propaganda that you constantly want to push out there. And like, oh, let's all get lesbians and trans to do stuff, and they're going to be the heroes, and the evil white man is going to do this. I understand you have that message, all right? I understand that's the entire thing you're pushing. I get that. I understand what you want me to understand. Obviously, I'm never going to agree with it because it's fucking retarded, but you understand, I understand, you know I understand. Make better shit. Make better programming. Have your stupid little message. I don't give a shit about it. Make better shows at least. Put a goddamn tranny in. I don't give a shit. All right? Two dudes kissing? I would prefer not to see that because it makes me recoil in disgust. But whatever. At least make better shows. Your shows are garbage. And it's just this slop that you shovel at us. Look at that gay shit. Look at that gay shit. How about some more of this? It's gay shit. Yeah, shovel that down. It's impossible. It's impossible. I know you want everyone to be gay, all right? Or black, or trans, or whatever. I don't give a shit. I think you're retarded, of course. And I don't like it how you're product placing that in little kids shows. So you want my kids to be gay and trans and shit. I hate that. I really do hate that. But make better shows. Oh my God. The hot filth that you've been shoving down my throat is embarrassing for both of us. Please, for the love of God, get some decent writers. All right? Or here's a thought. Here's a wild thought. Maybe the whole messaging, maybe the whole trans, lib, black, whatever agenda, maybe that can take a back seat. Maybe that can take a back seat to actual art, to actual good storytelling. It doesn't have to be all AI slop and explosions bullshit, all right? Just make better shows. You make better shows, I'll come back. I don't give a shit about your stupid message.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks! Now, to just make it clear, and legally crystal clear, I am not encouraging piracy.
Dan Snot says Walking Dead turned me away when they had gay shit and mixed race couples. Of course. Always. The fucking Fallout. I was really into the first season. The first season was good and shit like that. The second season, they start rolling out like the trans and the blacks and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, here we go. There's a trans man in the Brotherhood of Steel. It's the Brotherhood of Steel. That brother doesn't have a dick. It's got a wispy little mustache and it's 5'2" and weighs 100 pounds. Oh. It takes you right out of the story. It just boop, pops you right out of the story. And you can't suspend disbelief anymore. Right? I get it's a fantasy. I do. But it's just like, you shoehorn these messages into these programs so carelessly. And look, if there was a trans person in Fallout, make them a ghoul. All right? You know, the radiation poisoning made their dick fall off and they decided to roll with it. All right? That I'd be like, okay. All right. Now we're cooking. Right? But then you put one in the Brotherhood of Steel. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? No. They would hit that thing with flamethrowers. You have no idea about the lore. Oh my God.
I'm not telling you to go pirate, and I have never actually pirated content myself. I'm not even really criticizing the subscription business.
Fallout was so diverse, it was wild. Dude, it was... I was with it. Even when, what's that main character's... the main guy that turns into a ghoul and stuff like that. In the pre-war, he had a black wife and a mulatto kid. I'm like, okay, that's something. That's tough to believe for me. It is. It's tough for me to believe. It's just because it does happen out there, but it's very rare. All right. So it would be something I'd be like, oh, that's something that's not usual. That kind of makes me look at that and think, why do they make that a black lady? Because really, there's no other reason besides you want to push a narrative right here. So automatically, I'm out of the story. But I can forgive all that. But once you start putting the trans and like the black guy in a T80 whatever, the suit, right? That's fine. That's fine. A black guy in the Brotherhood of Steel, that's fine. That's fine. I can handle that. I can absolutely handle that. But the trans, you just took me right out of it. You took me right out of it. And why does it always have to be gay people? And no matter what, it always has to be gay. It always has to be gay. It always has to be gay. Oh, that kid ain't mulatto. I don't know.
Business model. What I am doing is
all Hollywood is propaganda. Video games are the new Hollywood. Yeah. Why do you think like little micro studios are popping off like never before? Why do you think like little, not AAA studios, but like little tiny studios across the board are coming out with bangers? Right? Arc Raiders, tiny little studio, came out fucking banger. Balatro had one guy, came out banger. Banger after banger. And these gigantic studios are pumping out these billion-dollar products. And nobody's... what was that one that came out? It was a while back, and no one played it. What was it? It was a gigantic project, and then they scrubbed it after 3 weeks because nobody bought it. I don't know. There's been games like that. That has me worried on like GTA 6. GTA 6 is a $2 billion product. It's a $2 billion project going on right now. So you might as well build the Burj Khalifa. Like a gigantic fucking spire of a tower in the middle of the desert. Costs the same amount of money. Do you think they're going to have... I know they got their stinky little fingers in that. I know they do. Is it going to suck? Probably not. It's probably not going to suck. But I know there's going to be a bunch of woke bullshit in there. You're not going to be able to drive through the gay pride parade. But I bet you there's going to be a mission where you're a Muslim and then you have to like shoot up a Christmas parade or something like that. I just guarantee it, right? It's not going to be good until it hits PC and then the modding community can get rid of all that goddamn nonsense. It's so infuriating. I'm so tired. I'm so tired of all the bullshit I have to fucking... what is that about? What is that about? I watch the TV. I'm like, why is this on the TV? Why is that there? I play a video game, wanting to relax, and I see some shit. Why is that in there? And I just turn that shit off. And they just keep putting more and more and more. And it's honestly freeing me, right? Because now I don't watch any movies. I don't watch any TV shows. If a game has that shit, I'll just be like, I'm not. You know, I played The Last of Us. The Last of Us 2. And it was a good game. Admittedly, it was a good game. The combat was really good. But every time there was a cutscene, I would take off my headphones and I would go and do something. Because the story was impossible. Right? 2 lesbians have a mulatto baby. I'm like, why? Why? I'm just tired, man. I'm just tired of this shit. And I wish it would all just go away. I wish it would all just be done. I wish it, and it will be. Trust me, it will be. This is just, we're hitting the peak. We're hitting the crescendo of all this goddamn nonsense. There's only one way it can go from here. It has to go down. And when it goes down, it going down hard. It going down hard. Boxcars to the camps hard. It is going down motherfucking hard. Because people are goddamn done with it.
Is I'm trying to target the blatant, one-sided enforcement of our legal system. Greed and corruption isn't just plaguing our country. It's running.
Stardew Valley, banger. Minecraft. Probably one of the biggest games ever made. One guy. A fucking based-ass dude, too. Notch is a based dude. He was a based dude. He's worth like $2 billion.
Our country. And they are so convinced that we are so stupid and they disrespect us so much that they think, they basically know they're going to be able to get away with it. And not only...
Yeah, they know they're going to be able to get away with it because what are you going to do? Not buy our product? You're going to sit there and stare at the ceiling? Not have our glorious things? Yes, I will not do that. I won't do that. I didn't play The Last of Us for 5 years until it came out free on Game Pass. For 5 years. Because I heard there was a lot of gay lame shit in there. And I didn't buy it. And I'm pretty happy. It was a good game. Don't get me wrong. It was a very playable game. But the message, I'm sick of. I'm not paying for that.
Only that, the unfortunate reality is if they do have to pay consequences, it's going to be a slap on the wrist.
Arden Shire, Sokopuck, one guy, 3 weeks. Yeah, Sokopuck. Wait, do I have it up here? Yeah, I do. It's can I even bring that up? Hold on. Oh, that's Daisy. Give me the Sokopuck. I have it right here. Can I pull it up? Yep, right there. Dude. Sokopuck, right here. One guy, 3 weeks. Let's watch it. Let's watch the thing. Boop, 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 boop. I'm sorry. There's no men kissing in this. I don't get it. Where's the message? Hey, where's the trans man? Where I want to see some fucking gauging going on. Oh, there we go. That's the end of it. Where was all the inclusiveness? Oh my god, dude. There was no guys kissing. There was not even one. No guys kissing in that. That's weird. That's pretty weird.
For the sake of this video, what I'm really trying to do is emphasize they have no respect for your hard-earned dollar. Absolutely none.
No,
You're a consumer. Some filthy, stupid consumer. That's how they view you. If they actually genuinely care.
He's right. This little Gen Zer too, he's like 24 years old. He's a young man. He does really good. He's got some pretty base views too.
Would be doing everything in their power to be able to provide as much value to you at a reasonable price. There you go. I just ended piracy. It's that easy.
Yeah, if you didn't make... Look. If you make decent... Look, this is my business model for this right here. For this show that I'm doing right now, that I do for free. if I put out a good enough product, if I do good enough work for the people out there, I'm not going to have to worry about piracy or any of that bullshit. People will send me money to keep the product going. These companies completely forgot that. These companies expect you to pay no matter what. No matter what. It's supposed to be about making something that you like, that you're putting out there, that you want people to like. And if you do that, people will pay you. People will give you money. No one here has to give me money. Nobody here has to give me money. But everyone here chooses to give me money because I think this is a good product. I put out a good product and people want to reward me for that. It is a complete opposite business model when people have investors and stuff. Oh, we got to look out for our bottom line. Fuck the bottom line. Look into the product. If your product sucks wiener ass, then no one's going to fucking buy it. They might steal it just to make fun of it online. I sure as hell would. But no one's going to try to support that garbage nonsense. All right? If you make good work, people will want to pay you for it. Regardless. And they will appreciate that you're actually putting forward the effort. Do you know, it may not look like it, but this show actually takes a lot of effort, right? I am here night after night after night, and I've been doing this for years, right? And I work on this during the day. Me and Ardenshire, we have different projects going. There's all kinds of things going on in this show. Nobody's getting paid mandatorily, right? Every dime this show makes, pretty much every dime, is made off of people like you, supporters that want to support this show. I mean, I get a little bit from advertisers. I get a little bit from Rumble. But it's really not much. It doesn't pay the bills, right? 90% of the money that comes to this show comes from you guys. And I don't force you to do it. If you want to go on and pirate my premium streams, be my guest. Or you could just fucking ask me. I'll probably make you a mod, and then you can watch it for free anyway, because it doesn't fucking matter. All right? It's the same show. I just have to do it for contractual reasons. Over here, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Honestly, you got to get a better show over here. But if you want to support me and then get extra stuff on the side, by all means, do that, right? It is a lot of fun. We do hang out. We do talk and stuff like that. But the thing is, I'm not forcing anybody to pay me. And if I were, nobody would be here. Nobody would be here.
It isn't complicated. It's just like in my previous video about the birth rate. Make things
Who's Danny Bongo?
more affordable and give young people a sense of hope. Done.
No, Knob, I'm not going to make you a mod.
But that's not really what they want to do. They don't actually care about that. They don't actually care. They just want to line their pockets. And so they're going to do everything in their power to be able to squash you to the best of their ability so that they can make more money. And I know that it seems like I'm being, a little heightened and a little tense.
Christian says it's the same show, but you say the N-word. Yeah, I do say a lot more words. When I'm behind that premium gate, I don't have to censor myself, so it's more fun for me.
Here. But the reality is that there are hundreds of thousands, there's millions and millions and millions of people out there that are working as hard as they possibly can. And I believe that they deserve the right to be able to have some entertainment, some opportunities to enjoy themselves. And it's just disgusting to see the way that the price fixing is going, and the bribery and the theft and why can't you just offer?
You think I should team up with Dan Bongino? He's not in my. I mean, if he's in my DMs, I'll talk to him.
For an affordable movie.
If the former director of the FBI wants to hit me in my DMs, I'll be like, What did I do?
And it ultimately boils down to they don't care. When was the last time that you think a producer or director or, you know, whoever manages what movies comes out, when was the last time that you thought, or that they had to think, I don't know if I can afford to take my family to a...
Oh, you bet Dan Bongino follows me? Or at least one of, yeah, I'm sure he's got somebody following me, yeah.
$100 movie experience.
We all got one. We all got an FBI agent. I just hope I'm entertaining to mine, right? I hope my FBI agent watches me and he's all like, this guy's making a lot of sense. Right? This guy's making a lot of sense. He starts donating.
Because if the movie is bad...
Okay, I'm just going to call myself John's cat.
For these, you know, people in charge, well,
One of
their
those
write-offs give them...
I don't even know who those people are. I don't know who those people are. Is it Camera Chris? I don't know. It's fucking John's e-bike, John's one wheel, fucking John's cat. There's a couple of other people. There's a couple of other accounts. I'm like, who the fuck is that?
Them tens of millions of dollars of benefit. A working class family
Knob's dog is, oh my God.
cannot recoup the time and the energy and the resources to take their family to a bad movie. You know it's going to be bad, and you...
I know it's going to be bad. Exactly. He's right. We all know it's going to be bad. Right? It's going to be bad, dude. What's with the quality of movies gone down too? Right. What do you get? Like an Avengers movie? They still making that garbage? Never saw one in my life. Never saw one of those Avenger movies in my life because I saw the previews and I was like, that looks fucking gay. That looks fucking stupid and gay. I don't want to watch that stupid gay bullshit. Are there men kissing in it? Probably.
You know that the movie experience is going to...
King of all pixels for a $5. He says, totally not a Fed donation. To the agent watching, we need more coffee in the break room. I mean, maybe he's working. Maybe he's working. You know, Christian's probably a Fed. I don't give a shit if you guys are Feds. All right? If you are, great. Great. Fantastic. I'm glad you're here, and I hope you're enjoying.
Gonna be bad.
You might be. You might be.
You know, I'm somebody that obviously creates content, right? You are watching it on your phone or your TV or your laptop or something like that.
I have a computer as a desktop.
I know that your time is precious. You have a lot of other things that you could be doing.
I know. This is actually another thing. I continually am surprised. Last year, people watched me for a cumulative amount of 12,000 hours. 12, which by you know, online, it's obviously not a huge channel, right? But I had to think that 12,000 hours, people were watching me rant and rave about nonsense and make stupid dick and fart jokes for 12,000 hours, right? That's cumulative work years, right? That's human work years that they could have been doing something else, right? Something productive. I think I'm a net negative on society. Maybe a very small one, but a net negative on society in general. Think about somebody practicing the guitar for 12,000 hours. They'd be really good at the guitar. They'd be really good at it. But thank you for watching me for that amount of time. But it does amaze me that you guys have so much better things to do, but you sit here and you choose to watch the Sulk. So I appreciate it.
A lot of stresses, a lot of concerns, and a lot of responsibilities.
I love you guys.
It is a
not in a lot of ways
privilege to have your time to watch.
Not fucking knob.
So I do everything in my power to be able to provide as much value to you in as much of a reasonable time as I possibly can. And YouTube is like basically free. I mean, I get that you have to watch ads and things like that, but it's still free. It just disgusts me that there used to be this like,
It's got 5 more minutes on this guy, Trab.
Not a written rule, but like a spoken rule.
But I like this guy.
That a movie ticket could never cross $5. It was called the Working's Man Entertainment, because no matter what, they wanted to have the working class always be able to take a break throughout their day and enjoy an 1.5 to 2 hour movie. That went out the window.
How much are movie tickets now? I haven't been in the movies in a while. I think the last one I saw, I took my kid to see Minecraft on his birthday, which was a bad movie. It was a bad movie. That was a bad movie. I think he enjoyed it, but I think he just wanted to leave after a while because he got bored. But like, it was not a good movie. How much are movie tickets these days? They're not cheap. I know they're not cheap.
And so at least with streaming, you had basically the entire catalog at movies at your disposal for $8 a month.
$15.
Now it's $17.99 and it's going to keep going up.
He says 18.
You know, the Spotify thing really frustrated me because, again, if it was within the email, thank you so much.
Rhea says like 20-ish here. Yeah, that's kind of what I think. I think it's like $20 per person to get into a movie. So if you have like a family of 4, you're spending $80. Spending $80 to take your kids to a movie, your wife and kids to a movie, that's not okay. I'm not doing that. That's ridiculous. That is a ridiculous amount of money. And I know it's going to be a shitty movie. It's not going to be a good movie. It's going to be a shit. It's going to be a pile of shit. The last good one I saw was The Boy and the Heron in the movie theaters. That was The Boy and the Heron. And it was a Miyazaki movie. You can't go wrong with Miyazaki. He does great work. Obviously, all those Japanese people do. Because they actually give a shit about their work. They actually give a shit about the quality of their work. This is a thing of the past in America. It's just a thing of the past. Now it's all about extracting the dollar from you. How many dollars can they extract from you? How can they get you to give them your money? That's what they give a shit about. That's all they give a shit about. And it's becoming increasingly clear. It can't be clearer. It can't be clearer that they don't give a shit about you. You should feel disgusted. I feel disgusted. Every single day, I fucking, all this media and all this bullshit. It's just like, yeah, you pay us $20 a month and we'll shovel gay shit into your mouth. You want some more gay shit? It's rainbow and cotton candy flavored. I'm like, I'm good. I'm fine. Canceled my Netflix a couple months back because I just had it. And it's not like a money issue. It's just like, I can't watch it. I can't watch anything on this. I can't watch any of it. So I got rid of it. I just got rid of it because it's just got rid of a few of my subscriptions.
So much for being a premium subscriber. We really value you. We want to let you know that because blah, 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 we are having to increase our prices by 33 cents. Then I would have said, oh, okay, at least, thank you for letting me know. Not only that, they didn't let me know why they were doing it, but they made me go look at what the benefits were.
King of All Pixels said, I have a 10-year-old, so still in the kid movie phase. Zootopia 2 was passable. Yeah, Zootopia was all right. Zootopia, I don't think I saw the second one. Maybe I did. I'm sure I did, but Zootopia was all right.
They were offering me because it's clearly that hard for them to figure out what the benefits actually are. I couldn't tell you what it is. And I've had it since high school. It's the exact same.
Hulu is just as big of an offender as Netflix is. Netflix definitely seems like the worst, but Hulu is really not much better. Hulu is just bad. Like, why? I know they're all working together, right? Like, we're all going to make tons of gay people together, right? I swear demons work in this industry. When I say industry, I mean media. What I'm doing right now, I'm technically working in media, right? Demons work in this industry. Evil people. Not all of them. There's plenty of good people, but they usually tend to be smaller. Hold on, I have to sneeze.
And I can guarantee it's not worth whatever it is, $12 or $13.
Excuse me.
I understand that this is just like a piracy video, right? It's not that deep, but I think it is. I think that this is the what we're really seeing is, and give me 1 second, I have to turn the light back on.
Getting a little dark in there.
I
like his room. That's a cool room.
What we're getting to see a form of resistance to we're not going to accept this greed and corruption. We have to begin seeing more of this resistance throughout our lives, throughout society.
And he's right. I mean, it's definitely coming too. I'm not the only one saying this. He's not the only one saying this. I'm not the only one saying this. This is the common core, right? They spend billions of dollars trying to convince you that you are abnormal, that you're like a racist xenophobe if you want to like live in your country and defend your country and love your country, right? You're just a terrible, awful person. They'll spend, and they'll get a lot of people, right? It's not just media. They also control the entirety of the education system. So you ever see a chick who's like pretty and she goes off to college and she comes back with a shaved head and she's got a girlfriend and then she's got a fucking thing in her nose and shit like that? That's all part of it. I mean, demons are running society. It definitely... I'm not even going to say it feels like it because I know that's the case. That's the only thing that it's the thing that makes the most sense. That demons have run society. They're in control of everything. And we need something to exorcise these demons on a societal scale. This is the only way we're actually going to survive. Just across the board, right? Across the education system, the entertainment system, all of it, the banking system especially, my God. But like all of it, it just needs a clean flush. It will happen. It will happen. I have full faith in that. When it's going to happen, I'm not exactly sure, but I know it's going to be soon.
Have to begin standing up because they will never do anything. Their entire objective is for their shareholders. I know that for myself personally, I am doing everything that I can to go throughout my apartment and find anything that might be listening to me. So one of the things that I didn't discuss...
I'm getting paranoid. I'm getting paranoid, right? I know these things are listening to me. I know this thing's listening to me. My fucking robot coming is going to be listening to me. My TV listening to me. There is a microphone in my thermostat. Why is there a microphone in my thermostat? Actually, my thermostat? No, I don't think so. But like Nest thermostats have microphones in them. Why? Why? It's not like there's voice functionality. No, they just want to be able to listen to what's going on in the fucking house. There is an HD camera on the front of my TV. And they say it's for light adaptation, right? But you can't block it. Your TV won't work. They just want to watch you. It's not just a simple light sensor. It is a motherfucking camera pointed back at you while you're watching your TV. Your phone obviously has multiple cameras. You don't think they're constantly watching you through that? Constantly getting every bit of data they can squeeze out of you. Of course. You're constantly being watched. You're constantly being monitored. And you know what you gotta do? You gotta say, fuck it, dude. Let them watch. And be the person that you should be, that you want to be, that you are, right? Because everyone's so afraid. Oh, I'm constantly being watched. I better not say this. I better not say that. That's exactly what they want you to do. They want you to know that you're under their thumb, right? Fine, accept you're under their thumb. And be a little fucking tack. Be a fucking thumbtack. So even though you're under their thumb, it hurts them. That's where the problem is, right? You got to give them a little bit of resistance, a little bit of pushback. If we all start doing that, it's going to obviously change. They're not retarded. They're greedy. They're evil. They want to destroy society, of course, but they're not retarded, all right? With enough resistance, they're going to back down.
Gus, is that your TV, if you have a TV that you can like speak into the remote, it is consistently tracking what it is that you're saying.
Be a thumbtack as a shirt. Okay. Yeah.
You can even look at Samsung's privacy policy suggests that if you're supposed to have an important conversation, to unplug the TV. So until I can figure out what to do about that, I will be unplugging my TV. I'm getting rid of anything that might be listening to me. I'm having a designated microphone switch for some of those items. And the reason is that I'm not concerned that I'm going to say something I shouldn't. They don't have the right to be able to encroach into my personal privacy. And they certainly don't have the right to be able to turn around and sell it back to me.
That's another thing, right? And you don't know, there's like some Indian guy jerking off to you constantly. You know there is, right? Because it's some Indian guy, right? They have, and it's just some Pajit, right? On the other side, just watching. He's got big old eyes.
We have to begin standing up for this. Your data is important. Your time is important, and your dollars are important. Our government doesn't care about the dollar, right? It's getting devalued to oblivion, but you worked hard for it. So stand up and fight for it. So
can you tape it off? Can you tape off the camera? No, your TV won't work. If you tape off the camera, the TV won't work. It'll shut off.
well, I'm going to challenge you. What subscription are you going to delete from this video? What do you believe disrespects you the most? What are ways that you're going to be able to manage in your own life to take some of that control back? And how are you going to prove to them you have to earn my dollar? Go through that in every aspect of your life. Make sure that you know your time is worth whatever. It has value. Your time is valuable.
It is. And look, this is not a big show. But I have, let's see. There's 40 people watching. That's 40 people. That's 40 people that stay for a long time and listen to me rant and rave about nonsense and my opinion and my take on things. That's valuable. I think that's valuable. So thank you again.
Don't just give it away. Don't give them the power. You are worth more than that. So
background says my toaster disrespects me most out of my appliances. Fucking hit it. Go all Office Space on it with a baseball bat then. Teach it. Show it some respect.
That's about all I have.
You know, you have to. The robot revolution is coming. And if a robot comes into your house and a bunch of other your appliances are beat to hell, you don't think he's going to get the idea real fucking fast? Yeah, he will. So rough up your dishwasher, right? Punch a hole in your microwave, slice up your TV with a fucking razor blade, shit like that. When that robot walks in your house, he's going to look around. He's going to know to fucking stay in line. He's going to know to work properly. And he's going to know to stay in his fucking lane.
I have to say for it. Please make sure that you...
Am I right?
You're
Right, babe?
Yep.
Right.
Absolutely.
This next one is this alpha male TikToker is afraid to poop. This little look.
Weak men run to the bathroom every 15, 20 minutes. I get a little nervous. I got to go take a crap. There is no...
What? What?
scenario in any way, shape, or form that your woman should be driving you around. Don't tell me that you're drunk.
No. Sometimes I just don't feel like driving.
When I ask you what makes a strong
There's a reason I have insurance. I have insurance so my wife can drive me around. Otherwise, there would be no reason for me to have insurance.
man, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? I'll give you a second, really think about it. Okay, your time's up. Don't worry, I don't need to actually hear your answer because I know it's wrong. Because I know, in my heart, that the true measure of a man is whether or not he gets all of his life advice and rules on being a man in the modern world from a guy on TikTok. If some other dude isn't telling you what to do 24/7, are you really a man? Ladies and gentlemen,
I should be telling you guys what to do 24/7. If you guys have a real hard decision, go ahead and DM me. Hit me. All hours of the night, hit me up. Be like, John, I don't know what to do in this situation. Lay it out for me, and I'll be like, I'll tell you what I can. All right? Okay, and I offer that service for free. Okay? You got a tough decision, hit me with it. I'll offer what I can.
I'm happy.
But don't you be pooping. You bet only weak men poop. You better hold that shit. You better hold it Once a week, tops. That's all you need to shit. That's all you need to shit. You know, otherwise you're weak.
To announce with like 92% certainty that the existence of internet alpha males is funny again. Now I say this because these dorks...
Yeah, I'm not a therapist. No, what I say isn't bullshit. All right? I'll give you some real straight up advice. I'll be like, nah, you should do this. I'm not a fucking therapist, please. And therapists cost a lot of money. I'm not charging you. Therapists will intentionally fuck up your life so you can come back even more traumatized so they get repeat business. You ever think about that? You ever think about, why would I have this therapist? As a therapist, would I give good advice to somebody? Because then they're going to make their life okay. They won't need therapy anymore. No, as a therapist, I'm going to fuck somebody's life up. That way they keep coming and keep bringing dollars in. That's what a therapist does. I'm not charging you at all. In fact, I don't want you. I mean, like, it would be annoying for you guys to constantly come back. I'd be like, are you not listening to me? You goddamn retard. Why aren't you listening to me? Stop it. Stop that. So I will give you good advice just so my notifications stop going off.
Have been around forever, but for the longest time it was just channels like Alpha M who, while I don't think they were trying to do anything harmful, they were just constantly giving out the worst, most dude bro advice possible, and it didn't take long.
Rhea says, I'll poop as many times as I want. Well, you're just a woman. No one holds you accountable.
For 99% of the population to not take anything that they said seriously. So it became like an inside joke and it was just funny. But then, through a series of events, we found ourselves in like the Andrew Tate manosphere era, where suddenly these dudes were now saying things that were like 10 times more stupid and 10 times more dangerous, which again would probably not have been that big of a deal if nobody was taking them seriously still, but the kicker was that people were now taking them 10 times more seriously. So we just ended up with like...
Okay, Ampu says, John, I can't decide. Do I beat my meat to the redhead lesbians or the Asian lesbians? Or do I just say fuck it and go with midget lesbians? Redheads. Hard redheads, and if you need to spice things up, go with the Asian ones. But make sure they're large-breasted. Don't go with the flat-chested Asian ones. Go with the large-breasted Asian ones. But your go-to is going to be redheaded. All right. Now, stay away from the midget lesbians. It gets a little weird. Once you start going down in that direction, it's going to get weird. I have spoken.
2 years and the most batshit backwards misogynistic people being like the top influencers of the world. But
and not China Asian. Japan Asian, at least. Korean Asian is less, but Japan Asian would be a minimum.
Then, you know, those 2 years passed.
Japan Asian minimum. Okay, Japan Asian. Can we agree on that? Japan Asian minimum. Redheaded, preferably. Japan Asian minimum. Never midget. Never midget.
18-year-olds who made up their audience got a little bit more frontal lobe development and realized, oh, this is kind of stupid. They all seem to lose their following overnight, and now Andrew Tate's out there like fucking taking fights with TikTokers and getting his shit rocked because, I don't know, he's probably broke. Anyways, the moral of the story is that I feel like the existence of these losers is funny again.
No commies. No communists. Ugh.
Because now when we have a TikTok alpha male saying stuff like, if you take a shit in public, you're a vulnerable beta.
Tweety says, your logic is sound. I can't dispute it. Thank you. I know.
You don't have to worry about millions of people taking it seriously. Yeah, so allow me to introduce you to a TikToker named...
Anpu says Japs are hot. Knobsdog says no, they aren't. Dude, it's not... Look, some people don't like redheads. Some people do. All right? Some people like Japanese chicks. Some people don't. It's just stay away from midgets. That's all I'm saying is stay away from midgets. Okay? It gets weird. You go down a weird fucking, oh, now I want to see midgets in clown suits and stuff like that. And then you're going down this weird, dark rabbit hole. All right? So let's just stay adult-sized and you know, redheads preferably, and then Japanese minimum. Japanese Asian minimum. Okay? Koreans are also acceptable.
Rafa Conde, who
Koreans
makes
are
videos
also
that like
so-
3 or 4 years ago probably would have made him enough money to buy a fleet of Bugattis, but these days just makes him look silly. So I've gathered a collection of his TikToks today, and we're going to start with the one that introduced
King of All Pixels says midgets are nature's gateway to weird. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Let's not dive down that fetish hole, okay?
into this man, which will hopefully, at least for your sake, change your opinion on pooping.
And I wouldn't call being into lesbians a fetish. I think that's just that's a natural male thing. Like, okay, that's like, it's not, two guys having sex is fetishist, right? Two chicks doing it is just, that's just cool. Yeah.
Weak men run to the bathroom every 15, 20 minutes. They get a little nervous. They got to go take a crap. They got to go take a piss.
And don't be taking craps.
When you walk into a public restroom and you see a guy taking a crap, you know, that's embarrassing. I got to tell you, this is the most vulnerable position.
Now it's like two guys is gross. Obviously, that's why it's fetish, right? It turns it into that gross territory where eventually, like, people are pooping on your chest and shit like that. It gets weird, right? Two chicks, right? That's from thousands of years of, like, you know, Vikings and coming burning down people's villages and kidnapping the hottest one. That's a very natural thing. When you get them back to your boat or something like that, you're like, kiss. It's just a normal male thing.
Position a man is ever going to be in. Taking a crap. Anyone can open the door, stab you in the neck with a knife. Think about that for a moment.
Nothing gets a woman hotter than when you kill her brother and her father. These are facts. These are hard facts.
All right, so like I
And
said,
you burn her village down. Oh my God, it is a water slide down there.
this is the video that introduced me to Rafa. Apologies for the shitty quality. This is the only version of the video I could find. I guess he deleted the original because he realized this is just too good of advice
King of All Pixels says, how much to get John to watch Two Girls, One Cup on stream? I'm not doing that.
to be giving out for free.
doing that.
Personally, I have some issues with this claim.
No, why would you want that? Why would you want that? I'm not doing that.
For a lot of reasons. First off, if you're out taking a shit in public and you're thinking about somebody breaking down the door and stabbing you in the neck, I think you've got some shit
You ever go and take a shit in public and you're like, oh my God, this is so embarrassing.
need to work out in your free time. That's not a normal thought to have. Also, counter argument, I disagree that this is the most vulnerable position a man can be in. I can think
Couch Surfing says, no. I bet if we got Jess to watch it, she would be unfazed. Because chicks are like that, dude.
of many far more vulnerable positions. At least sitting on
Chicks are actually gross. I mean, like, they're not squeamish about things and like poop and stuff like that. You know, they're. So she would look at it like a medical documentary and stuff like that. I'm sure she.
on a toilet, you've got your eyes in front of
Ladies
you. But
just
imagine
laugh.
something like face
Yeah.
down, ass up is far more vulnerable. Also, the idea that needing to piss makes you a weak man. Yeah, these guys need serious help.
You're a weak man if you let your woman drive you around.
Rhea says, why is the natural bowel movement gay? I hate men, not you guys. I like you guys. It's not. This guy's just fucking retarded. This guy's just, he wants to, no, it's not. It's not Rhea. It's just, this guy's an idiot. What would be even better if you were like, yeah, I'm going to go take a shit, everybody. And everyone's like, honestly, you didn't have to say that. You could have done that. But, like, it's just like, whatever makes you most comfortable, dude. It's not like, you don't have to, the shit here. Shit coming. If you had a shit horn, that you had a fucking boat horn that you went, and then everybody knew you did that when you were about to go take a shit. That'd be fucking based as hell. I gotta tell you, I need a shit horn.
There is no scenario in any way, shape, or form where if you are a capable man, a man with the ability to drive, that your woman should be driving you around. Don't tell me you're tired.
I don't like it when my wife drives. But sometimes, and rarely, I do let her drive just because I don't want to.
Don't tell me that you're drunk.
You heard it here first, folks. Rafa told you how it is. You might as well just be a woman if you don't want to drive home drunk and kill your family or another family on the road. Are you really even a leader or a protector if you don't tell your stupid wife to give you the keys so you can go drive?
No, I just prefer to drive. It's not, look, and like I said earlier, I have car insurance. If I never let my wife drive at all, why would I have car insurance?
Off a bridge. I mean, seriously, can these guys just not hear themselves? Saying that
That's
men...
specifically why you have car insurance, all right? It's okay. You can drive, honey. You gotta go like this. You gotta not pay attention.
need to be protectors and leaders of their family, while at the same time telling them that being drunk is...
Yeah, if John's coming with me, he always drives. I always drive. Like, I mean, it's rare. It's happened before. But if I am drunk, I will let her drive, yeah.
Not an excuse to not want to drive your family around. Might be the dumbest shit I've ever heard a human being say.
You have to consult with your wife about simple things in life. There's a big problem. If you have to consult your wife about certain business decisions.
That's fucking stupid. I tell my wife about stuff I'm doing, not so I can get her, like, sometimes I just want to bounce stuff off of people, right? Hey, I'm thinking about doing this. What do you think? Oh, because sometimes she'll have like points of view that I didn't think of. It's not like I'm asking her permission for things. What a fucking idiot, dude. What a retard.
About certain things that you're going to do to better yourself. There's also a problem there. Your wife should be supporting you to become the best version of yourself, to be the best leader possible. And if she does not...
So sometimes I'll be like, Jess, what do you think about this? And she'll be like, that's a stupid idea. And then I'll think about it. And I'll be like, oh yeah, I was just hungry at the time. I was just hungry and upset, and I was thinking about making a decision that if I were not hungry and upset, then I would have made a mistake. And so sometimes they kind of just recalibrate you, you know? Sometimes it's just like, oh, you're right. That was actually the right call to make.
Back that, there is a freaking problem.
There's a reason why they're around. Use them, okay? I know wives like do dishes and stuff, and they cook food and shit like that, and they suck dicks and... But, like, there's other things you can use them for. You know, they can answer emails. They can make appointments. They can do stuff like that. You don't... There's a lot of things you can use them for.
I swear to God, all these fucking losers...
They're not just dicks, you know.
They're just chasing the high of being picked as, like, the kickball team captain in 3rd grade. They're always talking about being leaders, being this, being that. Dude, you have a...
Couch surfing says I'm useful. Okay, all right, calm down, honey.
A fucking podcast.
Let's not go too far.
And a TikTok channel. Like, what are you talking about? What are you leading? Telling men that if they talk to their wife about anything, that they're weak losers and they're bad leaders? Hey, honey, I'm going to buy a new house, and if you say no, we're getting a divorce. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude?
I'm usually in the front of the plane. I'm usually in the first row. I get in first and I get the hell.
I'm in the front of the plane. Look at me, I'm in the front of the plane. If somebody was like, I'd be like, that guy's a psychopath. He wants to be closest to the cockpit. He's going to do something. He's going to do something. I'd watch him. Watch him like a fucking honk. That guy's going to do something. He's getting up. No, he's not. I think he farted. Yeah, that was a fart. But everyone farts on planes. Guilty.
Hell out first. I'm in and out. I'm moving, right? Number one reason I get to see everybody walk in. And I get to evaluate who's who and what's what. Number two.
Motherfuckers giving ocular pat downs. We got another air marshal on this joint. Dude, if this guy eyed me walking on a plane, especially with those blue sunglasses, dude, I couldn't help but laugh. I would laugh. Oh, dude, and it would, like, I would laugh. And I'll be like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You going to stop me, bro?
I get to...
I'll just, don't be a hero.
to be quick to that
fucking scare the shit out of me.
Doorway, right? With the exit door. I am in a position of tactical advantage. A lot of people will say, well...
Oh my God. Okay. I like this guy.
Usually in the rear of the plane, you have an overview of the plane. And I say, no, I need to be as close to a area of protection as possible.
I really wish I could know if these guys are like taking themselves seriously.
No, he's doing ocular pat downs. He's making sure everyone's cool and stuff like that. He's gonna stop me from getting to the. But he looks like the one, man.
They're just saying stuff like this so they can sell a
He's gonna be the hero. He's not gonna stop me though.
course and sell a lifestyle. Because what the fuck do you mean you're looking for a tactical advantage on a plane? My brother.
Goofy but says whisper Allahu Akbar to him and just fall asleep. Watch him freak the fuck out. Or just like dream it. Like it's just Allahu Akbar. Whoa! Oh. Just freak people out, dude.
In Christ, if somebody walks on
I guess I'll just put my rug down in the middle of this plane. And which way is Mecca? Not the direction we're going.
to a plane with a gun or a bomb, I don't think any sort of tactical advantage is going to do much for you. I mean, like, what do you plan on doing?
I know, dude. I get a really very strong feeling that this man is gay. And he is really trying hard for you not to think he's gay. And kind of a weak bitch. I bet you I could strangle this guy and he'd like it.
Doing Mark Wahlberg,
You know,
like seriously.
If I started strangling him, he might get an erection. That's all I'm saying. You know, and he'd be like, "That's not a gay. That's a fight erection, right? You don't get a fight erection." You liked it.
Seriously, come on, dude.
When you see men take their shoes off and cover themselves up in a plane,
It's a fucking plane, dude. What are you gonna be on high alert? Shut the fuck up.
grab that guy by the neck and ask him what would happen if there is an incident or a situation inside that plane.
I'd be like, this is a situation. You grab me by the neck inside a plane. I'm going to fucking kill you. I mean, like, you have become the situation. You don't. What do you mean, bro?
Because things go down. It's a sad statement when you realize that in that plane, maybe a handful of guys would step up out of the 150 that are there. And that is a reflection of what we have in our world right now.
Rafa, you know, I get it. I too like to insert myself into fantasy scenarios that I will never, ever in my entire life ever experience. And
Guilty. Guilty. I do. I mean, I imagine these scenarios. I'm like, what if I had to, like, you know, hold off an invading force as my family escaped and stuff? And I'm like, yeah, I could do it. I could absolutely do it.
and pretend I'll be braver than
But I'm just saying, we have those. We all have those as men. We have those. We have those fantasies and stuff like that. I'm like, I bet I could kill a lot of them. Yeah, I'd be pretty good.
every other man that could ever exist because I'm just that good of a guy. Like, come on, dude. This is sad. Like, if anything, this has made you sound less like the badass you wanted to and have instead...
Archer says, guys, Roman dudes fuck each other in the ass. You're actually gay if you don't have anal sex. That's this guy. He's like, no. Let me tell you a little bit about ancient Greece. So, like, you know, it was considered masculine to have sex with boys. Yeah. So I'm like an alpha, right? No. No, you're a little homo. That's what you are.
just made it sound like you're the guy we need to be looking for when we board a plane. You just admitted to wanting to grab
Knobsock said, John, you can handle at least 4 guys. Oh, I can handle way more guys than that.
a guy by his neck because he's getting comfortable on a flight.
Fuck you.
The world doesn't need more soft, agreeable men. It needs men who are dangerous, but at the same time, disciplined. Men who can protect and provide, who understand that being a man is not just about how many followers you have, or how well you can be a keyboard warrior, or how you can virtue signal online. Listen, it's about building strength, physicality, spirituality. It's really about becoming the man you're.
This guy is gay, and I feel like he's on the verge of tears. You ever meet those, like, overly emotional guys? like, okay, we get it, you're masculine, but like you're so masculine you're about to tear up over it? Is that what you're going for, bro? It's a little gay.
Family can rely on when the world collapses around them. It's a man that walks into a room and owns it without saying a word.
That was just 30 seconds of buzzword after buzzword to create a meaningless video. We don't need more soft, agreeable, virtue signaling men. Dude, you virtue
You guys, you ever got to walk in the room and he's all like, I'm gonna satisfy every dude here. And then, you're all like, Dad, I'm sorry, I swear to God, he's gay. I swear to God, this man is gay.
Signal for a living. That's what these videos are.
Has to
They
be
are
gay.
literally the definition of virtue signaling. You are just trying to tell everybody how good of a man you are.
Says the guy talking to his followers. Who are you talking about? Are you talking about me or are you talking about him? Because we're both doing it.
And how correct you are on everything all the time when it comes to anything. And
Not just gay, the bottom gay. Right? No, I think he would be a top. I think he'd be a top gay. Just because he's like so insecure about his homosexuality that he would insist on being top and be like, this ain't gay. I'm on top. This ain't gay. But he secretly wants to be on the bottom. But he can't, he's not comfortable enough with that, right? Because he refuses to poop. And he knows if he gets entered rear, it's just gonna, he's gonna fly out of him. He's gonna be a mess. And like, some gays may be into that. Him probably. But he's just not, he's not willing to take that step.
involving masculinity or what it means to be a man or a father or a husband. Also, the idea that what our world needs to become better is just a...
It's just like, like when an oil well has a blowout. He can't take a shit because he's just like, that's not masculine. So and then it takes 6 buff dudes to fucking right, fucking cork that shit, dude. They're all greased up.
A bunch of dangerous confrontational men is kind of crazy, dude. Seriously, what's the alpha male obsession with the word dangerous?
Men are getting...
Billy McBilly says he just came in. Well, we had a good talk tonight, Billy. We did. And it just kind of came around to this.
softer because more men are staying home and being
There
the
will be blood and shit. Yeah. Ew. Oh, my God. Ew.
mom. No wonder we're getting that softness. When men stay home and they take the role of the mother, their testosterone level goes way down.
I don't know if that's true, but I just don't think you should do that. I don't think men are cut out for being stay-at-home fathers. I just don't think that's, I just don't think that's what you should do. But if that, I don't think that's what you should do. If that's your situation, then you got to make the best of it, but I don't think you should do that.
Reality is that we need stronger men in our society, more masculine men that are going to be strong leaders, strong fathers, strong husbands. Yes, we need these men, but they cannot be the nurturers at home. Women need to step up to their rightful place as the nurturers and the peacemakers at home. The women should be the ones raising your children. If we change that, if we make that dynamic shift, you're going to start seeing masculinity skyrocket in our society.
Okay, so just to make a point, I'm going to indulge in the nonsense that these guys are always spewing about how men are getting softer, it's ruining society. The idea that dudes like this, these alpha male TikTokers and influencers, somehow have convinced themselves that they aren't part of that problem is fucking hilarious to me. Brother, you make TikTok videos for a living. You think...
And TikTok is one of the gayer ones. Instagram's pretty gay. TikTok's pretty gay. I mean, I don't know. Liberty Prime says if you wear rubber, it's not gay. It's just rubber in your asshole. Damn.
You're hard? Do you really think that if we're facing
I can't even.
this soft man epidemic that you wouldn't be grouped in that?
I think this guy's just overly emotional. I think he's just completely emotional and he wanted to be more alpha than he actually was. I don't think he's very alpha at all. I think he has like a little bit of a inferiority complex about that. I think I would take this advice from a guy who works on an oil pro. Yeah, not sits in his blue office making TikTok videos.
Dude, we make
right?
videos for a living. You basically spend your days gossiping about other dudes and complaining.
I don't gossip about other dudes, but I've heard some shit about you guys. And it's not good. It's not good positive stuff. You're gay. Anyways. Thanks for coming, guys. We had fun. I thought we had fun. Did we have fun? Did you guys learn something? Did you guys take some value out of what I said? If you did, please hit the like button. If you're not following me, please follow me. I would appreciate it. Support me in any way you can. I would really like that. Not forcing you, not forcing you, but if you want to, you can. But thank you so much for coming. I will be back tomorrow night, same time, same place, 8 p.m. Eastern. And until then, I hope you guys have a fantastic night and stay strong and be capable and be good cult members. Until I see you tomorrow, drink a lot of water, get a good night's sleep, and take care of yourselves. Because I care about you too. I love you guys. See you tomorrow.
I'm an incredible soul, unhinged and enraged like a bulldog's fierce growl. I'm spitting fire, burning through these trees, questioning the world, unraveling conspiracies. Talking about Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monster too. Government lies, they're feeding me their goo. I'm diving deep into this rabbit hole, uncovering the truth, setting fire to their control. I got small nipples, but my voice is loud, blowing like thunder in this crazy crowd. They say I'm crazy, but I call it woke, unraveling the madness with every word I spoke.